Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me how I tween in Clip Studio, and I'm going to make this tutorial. This is probably going to be part one, because if you want to do complex, like, animation meme type tweening, we gotta go over some basics, especially because personally I haven't seen a lot of videos that go over how to tween in Clip Studio. I kind of had to figure it out myself, but anyway. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure everything is in its own little folder, like so. So I've got this little face in its own folder, the fuzz in its own. Anyway, I also kind of want to make sure that they're also in like a greater folder. This is so like if you tween, like if you want tween the whole thing, the whole subject. After you've got all of your layers and your hierarchies, is to make sure this little thing is activated, because if it's not, you're just moving the layer around. You're not adding keyframes or anything like that. Once you've enabled keyframes, you should be able to move your subject around, and it will make keyframes automatically, as you can see down here. Another quick tip that I want to mention is if you use the Q and E buttons, it'll allow you to kind of scrub it frame by frame. So that's usually really helpful, especially frame by frame, but it's helpful in this scenario as well. So once you've enabled keyframes, it's actually time to start tweening. So I'm gonna want this to be like a loop. I'm gonna add a keyframe at the start, a new keyframe that goes down, maybe the bottom, then another that kind of just comes back. And if you can just copy and paste the keyframe as you want. I've actually already animated this, but I should also mention the types of keyframes. There's your smooth keyframe, which it kind of eases in, eases out, so it'll look like that. Very, very, smooth. Not much to say about it. And then you've got your linear keyframes, which it'll go from A to B. Won't really ease in, ease out, robotic. It's good if you want to do linear movements for backgrounds and stuff like that. And the last one is the hold interpolation, which is useful if you just want to have like no in between, then just change the position of whatever. This does come in more handy than you'd think it would. I want him to be kind of fast, like I want him to kind of like ease in, ease out more than he already is, so I'm gonna do that by, you know how gravity works, F equals ma, because we're dealing with gravity, a is equal to g, and g is 9.8 meters per second squared, so, as time goes on, you go faster, blah, 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 so I kind of want him to, like, speed up. Okay, so I actually ended up, due to time constraints, not reanimating the whole thing, so we're just gonna go with this guy instead. I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I did the squish. So, to do the squish, you basically want to go into the scale ratio, where it says transform. You want to make sure that's animated, and you can make sure it's animated by clicking the little keyframe thing here. Once you do that, it'll be tweened. So you can even rotate it if you want. If you want this guy to rotate by like that much. You gotta make sure the pivot point's at the center. Else it's gonna go insane. But yeah, you can rotate it as well. Speaking of animating separately, there's also this, which is really complicated. I'm not going to get into it yet. I'll do that part 2. Probably tween something more complicated, like a head turn. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is when you tween. I'll do a live demo with the face. So I want the face to drag. And so how I'm going to do that is, like, as it's going up, I want, like, maybe the face to go down a little, so... much how you do it. That's pretty much the basics. If there's any questions or any suggestions you have for something that I feel like something more complicated, leave them in the comments, because I wanted to do this like in a nice, professionally edited tutorial, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. But we'll see how I edit this whole thing. So yeah.